Hey, what's up guys? I'm BTC. Mercy's ultimate just got nerfed, and Lucio got a buff. Sort of. We'll go into that in just a minute here. So there was a patch on the PTR that was just pushed over onto the live version of the game, and Blizzard has released the patch notes for that, so we're going to go through that in just a second. For those of you that might be finding me for the first time, I'm running a $20 Steam gift card giveaway this week. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber, hit that notification bell, and then leave a comment down below. At the end of the week, I'll pick a winner. Alright, we're going to start with Lucio. There really wasn't that major of a change. It sounds a lot better than it really is. So the official patch notes says, Wall Ride. The speed boost that Lucio receives after completing a wall ride has been increased by 65%. Developer comments, a recent bug fix slowed Lucio's wall ride. This change compensates for the reduced speed. So this sounds like it's amazing. Like, oh man, 65% faster. That's crazy. Yeah, it's actually not really that much of a deal at all. So basically what happened was, for a very long time, Lucio could chain his wall jumps by rapidly jumping on and off the wall, and it would speed him up a little bit more and more and more each time you did it. So Blizzard got rid of that, so you can't do it anymore, and this was a pretty crippling nerf for Lucio players. So what Blizzard ended up doing with this patch just now is they don't have the bug in the game anymore. They just made it so that you don't have to constantly chain your wall jumps. So now you're just going to be way faster like you were before. It's probably going to be a little bit slower than it originally was, but it's way better than what it has been for like the last week or so. And that's pretty much it. Now, moving on to Mercy, she had some pretty significant nerfs, but she also got a little bit of a buff here and there too. So, for Guardian Angel, players can now glide past a targeted ally using the jump key, and cooldown no longer resets when Resurrect is activated. So basically, you can now use your Guardian Angel to kind of slingshot past your teammates. This is useful in a whole bunch of situations. Now, this other change they made where cooldown no longer resets when Resurrect is activated is a pretty significant nerf, and I don't think a lot of people are really going to realize this. You are now way more vulnerable when you fly in to try to res someone. So before, you could just fly in, res them, fly out, and you were good. But now, you're going to fly in, res them, and you're going to have to stick around for a little bit. It's going to be significantly more dangerous of a situation than it was before. So you got to be a lot more careful, especially if your teammate has died in an area that's currently occupied by the enemy. You know, before, if there was a Genji, you could just fly in, grab him, res him, and then fly out, and you would be no problem. But now, if you try to do that, there's a really good chance that, yeah, you'll get that res off and you'll get the Genji back, but you're probably going to die as a result of it. So it may not seem like it, but this is a pretty significant nerf. Alright, so let's move on to Mercy's ultimate, Valkyrie. No longer resets or reduces Resurrection's cooldown. Now gives players a bonus Resurrection charge. Developer comments, Valkyrie no longer resets or reduces Resurrect's cooldown. Instead, it now provides an extra charge, allowing you to revive an ally even if it's still on cooldown. If the bonus charge hasn't been spent when Valkyrie ends, it will be removed. This method makes Resurrect more flexible when used with Valkyrie. For example, in the past, if you wanted to resurrect two teammates, you had to revive the first target, then activate Valkyrie, causing the Resurrect's cooldown to reset, and then revive the other target. With this change, you can now activate Valkyrie and fly in quickly to resurrect both targets instantly. However, this still reduces the overall number of resurrects that Mercy can provide, since Valkyrie no longer reduces its cooldown. So this is a pretty significant nerf with a very minor quality of life improvement. So the important thing to take away from this is that the total number of resurrects is going to go down by quite a bit. So you can still get multiple reses during your ultimate, but it's not going to be nearly as good. So with this nerf, you can't really chain your resurrects together like you could before. So previously, you used to be able to use a res, ult, res immediately after that for 2, wait 10 seconds, res a third one, wait 10 more seconds, and then res a fourth one. So that's what you could do under the old system. But now, under this new version, you kind of have two options. Either you ult and then just burst res 2 people right in a row, or you can kind of stagger out your resurrects. So what I mean by that is you would start with just a normal res, and then it would get put on 30-second cooldown. Halfway or so through it, you can use your ultimate and then get that bonus resurrect. So that's 2. And then after the full cooldown is up, that would give you a third one. So over the course of 30 seconds, you could have 3 resurrects under the new system, whereas the old system would allow you to have 4 resurrects in 20 seconds. So this is definitely a pretty significant nerf, not just to the total number of teammates that you can res, but also the time that it takes you to res all of them. Basically, new system, more time, less reses. So is this nerf good or bad? I think it's probably mostly good. I don't fully agree with everything they did, but for the most part, I think it's going to put Mercy in a little bit of a better position, although it's not really going to fully solve the problem with the supports. Because, I've talked about this in previous videos, Resurrect as an ability is just incredibly powerful. And the problem is Mercy has res, which is super strong, and Lucio has speed boost, which is also super strong. But the other 2 healers, Ana and Zenyatta, while they do have unique attributes, both have unique abilities and they can kind of bring something to the game, what they bring is not as good as Resurrect or Speed Boost. So I think Zen and Ana are still going to be lagging way far behind Mercy and Lucio. And until Blizzard actually goes back, looks at Zenyatta and Ana, and buffs them or gives them a little bit something extra, they're always going to be kind of just hanging in the back, and they're just not quite gonna be good enough. But anyways, guys, what do you think about these changes? Good, bad, indifferent? Let me know in the comments. Also, don't forget to check out my Discord server. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. The links are down below. Thanks for watching. Remember, always blame the controller, because it's never your fault. Also, special thanks to all my Patreon supporters for helping to make this all possible. If you'd like to see what kind of cool rewards you can get for supporting the channel, check the links on screen and down below.